Early this evening, the Lee County Sheriff's Office responded to 1508 Harlow Avenue South regarding a domestic disturbance. Upon arrival, deputies determined that it was a verbal altercation only and no crime had been committed. Shortly after, we received another call for service at the same location for a physical domestic disturbance. Upon arrival, our deputies discovered our suspect, 28-year-old white male Thomas Carney, with a date of birth of 1/2/95, had fled the scene armed with a handgun. Deputies immediately began searching the area for that armed suspect. The suspect opened fire on one of my deputies, one of my family members. Our deputies returned fire immediately, striking the suspect multiple times. I'm happy to say our suspect died from his wounds received in that gun battle. One of my family members was shot during that gun battle, and thank God his vest saved his life. I want to be crystal clear. You present deadly physical force to one of my family members, one of my deputies. We are going to put as many holes in you as possible, turn you into Swiss cheese, and the cause of death is going to be lead poisoning immediately. There is no words to describe how I felt when I received this call. I jumped in my car, my heart sank. Your worst nightmare come true, to have one of your family members shot, which is an absolute reminder how dangerous this job is. When most people run away, my family members run to an event. Thank God I was able to see my family member before he was taken to a hospital, give him a hug, and know that he's okay. Very emotional time. Our suspect had a criminal history that I could sit here for a very long time and discuss. He was no stranger, and he was a felon. And I'll just give you some of them. Robbery with a firearm, burglary, ag assaults. The list is long. It's pages long. The world's a better place because he's not in it. 99.9% of this great county is filled with great residents. The Lee County residents are amazing. They want to live with law and order. They want to live in a safe, secure environment. And that is exactly what we will deliver. Again, this investigation is open, it's fresh. The Major Crime Unit will assume the investigation. It's an extensive investigation. I can tell you probably 30 to 40 rounds were fired at that suspect. You can't kill evil enough, but today we win again, and we always do. I'll take questions. When we first arrived at the residence, it was a verbal altercation. No crime had been committed. We came back. At this point in time, our suspect was involved in a physical altercation, domestic, inside that residence, but he had fled the scene before we were able to get to him. So obviously we started to canvass the area. But right now we're interviewing witnesses. I mean, this just occurred. So we will get to those facts, and I can tell you that it was a physical altercation, domestic related, inside that residence the second time we came back. Domestic related, that could be all the above. I'm sorry? Yeah, I mean, obviously he was ready to go. He has no regard for the law. I mean, that's pages and pages of arrests, and he's a felon. And I'll tell you, you bring deadly force to one of my family members, you can count on it every single time. We are going to meet it with deadly force immediately. And today's a great day. My deputy, his life is saved by his vest. Thank God. And even better, our suspect, who's made a life of actually just being a career criminal, he's left the earth. It's a great day. So when you meet, you come out with deadly force, you start firing at my deputies, and you actually strike him in the chest, okay, you can absolutely count that we're going to shoot you dead. And that's the end of it. Any other questions? It's an open investigation. I appreciate you being here tonight, and thank God for my family member. Another question? Suspect was name is Thomas Carney, date of birth 1/2/95, 28-year-old white male. Well, it was. He was a 28-year-old white male. Next question. I don't know the exact time frame. I can get you that information, but I can tell you it was shortly after we arrived at the residence a second time, and we started to search for him. At that time, we had probable cause that a crime had been committed, and he did not hesitate. He came out shooting at my family members. Give or take roughly midnight. Thank you.